This is BookTube! Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizard that Reads, and as always, I'm Andrew. And today, guys, I've got another book tag for you, but before we get to that book tag, make sure you are liking and subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you can get regular updates for when I put out new content. Plus every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday! That said, guys, this is the Spartan book tag that was created by my good friend Tom from Tom's Thoughts, whose channel and video I will have linked down in the description down below. This is his original tag, and I'm super excited to do this because he decided to tag me in his original tag, and because he is also a fellow team member from Team Zeus from the Shelf Space Discord's Olympics Readathon. We had a lot of fun there, we had some good discussion, and I'm happy to be one of the first ones to do this tag. So that said, basically the way the tag works is you take the prompts and you spell out Spartan, and then you just kind of do some book recommendations. And I just realized I had my books all out of order, so we're just gonna kind of shunt that off right there, and then I can kind of hopefully get to them pretty quickly. So that said, the first one is S for, well, obviously the first letter in Spartan, and that's suggest a book with a soft magic system. I chose Kings of the Wild. Basically, this is a very D&D-esque magic system. Nothing's explained to them. They just kind of cast spells, and just kind of do magic overall. The world is magical, and it's just, that is how it is. So this is a great book with a soft magic system, and I highly, highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun, too. Next is the letter P for peasants. All right, suggest a book that has peasants in it. And I had a few here. And let's see. For this one, I went with, a lot of these can fit a lot of the prompts. I'm going with right here with the Stormlight Archive, Way of Kings. If you know anything about this, you got your light eyes and you got your dark eyes. The dark eyes are basically a peasant caste. And so basically you got your light eyes, which is kind of your mid to high nobles and stuff like that. And then, you got your dark eyes, which are in a caste system, and they're the workers, the farmers, and everything like that. And they're kind of kept below. They're treated like dirt. They're used as like cannon fodder and stupid wars and stuff like that. So I'm going to go Way of Kings for my peasants prompt, which is P, S.P.A.R.T.A.N. All right, then we got our first A, which is aristocratic. And for this one, I'm actually going City Watch number 3. And that's going to be Feet of Clay. Now, there are, other aristocratic scenes in Guards and Men-at-Arms, but we really get to see the kind of aristocratic nature of Discworld and Angmor Pork here in Feet of Clay. I really, really enjoy this book, by the way. We just kind of get them seen to, the nobles are never happy. No matter what's going on, they're not happy. And they either want a new ruler, they want a new king, they want lower taxes, and they're just kind of like, and Vimes is just like, ugh, kill me. I don't want to talk to these people, I don't respect these people, I sneer at these people! And so that's why I do Feet of Clay, because we get to see a man from the streets kind of marry into the aristocracy and kind of had to put up with them. And so he's just like, oh. And it's just funny to see him having to deal with it. Let's see. R is rules. Hard magic system. For that, there's really only one choice, right? I mean, this could have fit the peasant prompt as well, but we're going to go with Mistborn. Now, I know if you've seen my blindfold book cover challenge, I bit the dust on Mistborn because I didn't get the cover correct. Now, that was Hero of Ages, and this is Final Empire, but don't judge me. People make mistakes, okay? It's been a while. It's actually been about 3 or 4 years since I've read these. But, just very hard magic system. Everything's just, you've got to consume the metal, you've got to consume the right, mixture of metal. You can't just consume any metal. If you're burning tin or copper or something like that, or bronze, it's got to be the right, alloy of it in order to get the best result. and like, you know, not everybody can do it. Not everybody's a Mistborn. Some people are Mistings. It's really kind of interesting. So the best hard magic, I mean, Brandon Sanderson does some of the best hard magic system, and I just realized he appeared on this list twice. Oh well. What can I say? The man's a good writer. All right, training montage. Dun, 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 tease. That's S.P.A.R.T. And then we've got training montage, which is going to be Royal Assassin. Royal Assassin, there is a scene in here when Fitz finally picks a weapon and starts getting trained in that weapon. And oh, it's so good, guys. It's so good. Because finally, this is the best book in the Farseer trilogy. Fitz finally kind of learns to become a man, learns how to fight, learns how to defend himself. Not only well, but like he gets a little bit of a name for himself after he picks up the weapon. I could have gone with another book, but I only know that there's a training montage in it, and I haven't read it, so I chose not to do that, and I'm instead going with Royal Assassin. A lot of books have training montages, but mine is going to be Royal Assassin because it is fantastic, and this copy is fantastic, and it's got beautiful illustrations. And what are you doing? Buy the illustrated Farseer editions. Well, worth it. All right, so we've gotten S.P.A.R.T., and then we've got A, the second A, for accessible prose. And that, guys, is going to be Malice from John Gwynne. I mean, this is very, very, very easy to read prose. It's not going to be anything that's going to make you just go, You might struggle with a couple names. There's a lot of POVs, a lot of characters. But don't worry, after I think the first book, there's a glossary in the front and or back of the book. I don't know where it's located. I should have probably checked before I started speaking, but I didn't. But there is a glossary that is helpful. I found, personally, after Valor, I didn't struggle with the characters anymore. They all just kind of settled into place for me. And I flew through this series because the writing is just so accessible, it's easy to read, and very, 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 very enjoyable. And then N is for Nightmares! I don't know what that was. Ignore that. Nightmares is obviously going to be Michelle's Aching God. I have to choose this because all of the horror elements in this book are delivered via the nightmare sequences. Now, I don't have this in physical copy. That's something I need to rectify. But yeah, Mike Shell's nightmare sequences are fantastic. Pretty much every chapter starts with a nightmare sequence. I don't know if it's every chapter, but a lot of the chapters start with a nightmare sequence that kind of tells us the story of what happened in the Barrowlands and how our character had to deal with that. It's fantastic. It's a 5 out of 5 book, and you should totally be checking it out. Now, that said, that is the end of this tag. But I do need to tag some people. And so the first person that I'm going to tag is going to be Abby from Abby Salter. Abby is amazing. Abby is astounding. Frankly, Abby is hilarious. And then I kind of want to tag... I would like to tag Philip from Philip Chase. The professor himself. I need to tag him. Mainly because I was in a live show... And it was funny, I think it was my 300 subscriber Q&A, and somebody pops in with who would win between a fight between Alan from the Library of Alexandria and Philip Chase. And I was just like, I don't know, and Philip goes, I have a Viking sword, so I'm going to tag him in the Spartan tag. And yeah, that is going to be the two people that I tag for this tag, two very great content creators, people I look up to very much, and yeah, they're absolutely fantastic. So that said, guys, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below what you thought of my choices for all of these prompts. And check the description down below for the link to the Wizardly Duo Discord. We would love to have you. So, till next time, peace out. Stay magical. Bye.